Okay, so we're live, but we've been having some issues. I'm not gonna lie, but as you can see over here, right over there, that's Philip. Philip can hear me. I can't hear Philip or see Philip, but he can hear me, and so somehow between him being able to hear me, WhatsApp, and MTG Goldfish, we're gonna get through this deck in one piece, hopefully. I mean, all we can do is try, right? Because it's technology, and it's Monday, and these things happen. But before we do anything else, what we always do is we go, hello, patron people. You're just so cool. These are our uncommon eggies, the Jolly Orange Bunny, Ricardo Leone, Ratcatcher, and Grant Harris. Rare eggies are Stefan Engelbrecht, Shadow Panther, Robert Wild, Philip Thompson, Legendary Lily, Kamikaze Badger, Niels Klaassen, Kahuna Koala, Ivan Kalitz, Crockett, Clinton Riddell, Clayton Bacher, Christopher Crane, Christoph Swartz, and Ansel. It's funny, you know, every time I get to Ivan Kalitz, Crockett, I don't know why, but I keep wanting to say Eileen. And it's, no offense, just one of those things. You guys are the Eggies knees. Our patrons rock more than any other patrons rock because they're our patrons. So thanks, guys. I got some cool patron news for you in a minute or two as well. So hang in there because there's some stuff coming. But before we go into that stuff that's coming, I think let's try and get through this deck because I'm going to have to talk you through the decks because Philip's not here. Philip actually did a whole lot of research and stuff and had prepared a whole bunch of stuff to talk to you all about tonight, but yeah, apparently electricity is a problem, and Phil doesn't have any right now. Hello, Revenged, welcome to chat, appreciate you being here, thank you, man. So yeah, so we're going to talk about blue things today, heading into our Pauper Triad event, the first of our 3 Pauper Triad events, which is coming up this Saturday, the 4th of March, at the Fantasy Fair 2023 off-planet at the Rusty Hook. If you haven't got your ticket for the event or for our Pauper event as yet, you really should get those. You can get tickets for the fair over at quicket.co.za. You need one of those to get into the fair, and then you need a ticket for the Pauper event, which is on www.easygaminggroup.com. We're busy sorting that out now. Apparently one of our peeps had a problem with the baskets earlier today. It's the first time we've had that issue. If you are looking to buy tickets, please let us know if there are any issues on the website. We'll get them sorted out as fast as we can. Greedy says, blue supremacy. Wow. We'll see about that. We'll see what's going on here in a minute. So the 2 decks that Phil was going to talk to us about tonight, but that I'm just going to quickly check with Phil that he can still hear me in WhatsApp. Phil, you can still hear me? Yes. Okay, cool. So the first deck we're going to talk about tonight is Dimir Control, otherwise called, I believe, UB40. Is that correct, Phil? It's also known as the UB40 deck? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to bring this deck list over here so we can have a look-see at it while I talk to you all about it. So you can find these deck lists on MTG Goldfish or just about anywhere else that you get deck lists. But the idea behind this particular deck is to get these big horrible things out, the Gormorg Angler and the Tolarian Terror. You must be I have to play a UB40 song now. No, I'm not going to. Not a UB40 fan. Never have been. Ali Campbell's voice annoys the crap out of me. Anyway, the point is you want to get these big things out as cheaply as possible. So the Angler allows you to do that by delving. So you're going to be dropping cards into your graveyard that you can then exile to pay for 1 mana for your Angler to come out, because a 5/5 Angler that you can drop on, like, you know, turn 3 or 4, I would imagine, unless there's something that allows you to do that much faster in here that I haven't seen yet, because I did take a look through here. Oh, what is recoil? Return target permanent on his hand, then. Okay. I love the artwork on this card. I can't even begin to tell you how much. Turn 3 is good. That's what I thought. So Angler on turn 3, Terra pretty much the same, I would imagine, because you've got cards like Brainstorm that allow you to put things back onto. You can, like, you know, pile up your library so that you know what you're going to be drawing. Mental note: you put 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, so you're just milling yourself out. You're going to mill yourself out with Thought Scour just to put cards into the graveyard, because obviously Terra cares about instants and sorceries. Angler just cares about cards in your graveyard. So you want to be playing all of those horrible things that allow you to drop things. Why do we have the Philagi Archaeologist in here? What does this do for us? When Philagi Archaeologist enters the battlefield, mill 3. Oh, we're milling cards. You may put a non-creature, non-land card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on Philagi Archaeologist. Okay, so we're milling cards with the Philagi Archaeologist. That's pretty cool. A lot of cards can trip that replace itself. Yes, very, very cool. Snuff Out. If you control a swamp, you may pay 4 life instead of paying Snuff Out's mana cost. Destroy target non-black creature combination. So, okay, so Snuff Out is actually a really, really great Pauper card. It's also one of the most expensive Pauper cards at the moment. As you can see here, 4 copies of Snuff Out will set you back $52, almost $53. And they're incredibly difficult to find. So if you do manage to get your hands on some Snuff Outs, which I'm pretty sure Phil will have in his deck, you want to hang on to them. Other things that you got, so land-based, contaminated aquifer, obviously tapping for black and white. Ice tunnel, tapping black and white, one to black and blue. Snow-covered islands. Why? Any particular reason why we're going snow-covered islands? Are there snow spells in here? I don't see any. No, oh, because it's pretty. Okay. There you go, chat. We're putting the snow-covered islands in because it's pretty. This is what Phil tells me via WhatsApp. Sideboard, you're looking at a null, so you want to be countering artifacts or enchantments. Blue elemental blast, so you want to, yeah, I mean, counters red spells nicely or destroys red card in play. Hydroblast. Again, just some straight up red hate because, I don't know, blue doesn't like red and red doesn't like blue, except Izzet is a thing, but we'll get to that later. Nihil Spellbomb, sacrifice the Spellbomb, exile all cards from a target player's graveyard, so you've got some graveyard hate going on there. Also, when it goes, you can pay a black draw card. So that replaces itself. Rotten Reunion. This is from Innistrad the Wolves. Midnight Hunt. Exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decay. So this is literally just getting rid of something in somebody else's graveyard that you don't back. True blue players play Snow Islands, says Greedy. Of course they do. Of course they do. Steel Sabotage. I always thought this was an interesting card. Counter target artifact spell or return target artifact to its owner's hand. So that's pretty cool. And then in the graveyard, I mean in the sideboard, some Chainer's Edict. Chainer's Edict recently reprinted in Dominaria Remastered, but a staple in Pauper. And I can tell you some sneaky stuff. It's going to be some cool Chainer's Edict things happening towards the end of our Triad series. And then, of course, I mean, what would we be without nausea? Healthy? I don't know. Is that the right term? We'd be healthy. So yeah, this is a pretty cool deck. I would imagine that if you're playing this deck, your opponents are not going to be happy. You're not running too. Well, I mean, you're running 4 counter spells, 3 spell pierce. But that's kind of, you know, it's a lot of no. So you want to be saying no a lot, but you also want them cheap. So spell pierce is a 1-drop. Which literally just drops you, you know, instant sorcery into the graveyard, which immediately makes your Terror 1 cheaper to cast. So, I think, I mean, Phil, if you were playing this, what would your worst matchup be? What decks would you be worried about playing against? Revenge is saying it would be interesting against mono black control. Philip says affinity, artifacts. Well, yeah, because you're targeting. No, this is non-black creature. You can destroy stuff. Why would you be worried about artifacts? Conscript says it's a stupid blue deck. Of course he is. What is it about affinity that would stress you out playing against this? You're allowed to type more than 1 word. If your phone is still with us. If you're still with us. Are you still with us? Looks like it. Okay. Artifact lands. Indestructible. Gotcha. Okay, I get you. Kenku Artificer. Alright, okay, so that would be a bad matchup. Playing against Affinity. What would be your best matchup? Who would you want to play this deck against? Red. Yeah, I figured. You want to hit somebody red. So hopefully I don't play against you, because I'm playing Gobos, and it's got red in it, and I don't want you to hurt me, because that would suck. Conscript for president, says Revenged. Fangs for the win. There we go. Put a +1/+1 counter and a lifelink counter on target creature. I love this when they brought in these whole, like, you know, you could get a counter for lifelink and for menace and for all of those good things. That was cool. You could like stick those kind of counters on there. All right, cool. So I mean, this is a pretty cool deck. And just from the point of view of what it's supposed to be, it looks like it's fairly efficient in doing what it's going to do. So if you do come up against this deck on the weekend, then be sure to try and get rid of... I mean, Graveyard Hate would hurt you. Graveyard Hate would hurt this deck, because if somebody came along with, say, I don't know, what would there be? There would be Nihil Spell Bombs. I mean, Spell Bombs, you get rid of somebody's graveyard. We get rid of your graveyard. Boof, you got nothing there. All your spells cost way more than what you were hoping they would be. So that would be something to play against this deck. You'd be looking to run... You'd play around it. You'd have to. Yeah, I'm sure you would. Is Nihil Spellbomb the only one? Tormod's Crypt? Why do I feel like Tormod's Crypt would be there? Would Tormod's Crypt be... Has it been printed at common? I don't know. I can't remember. Let's find out. There's always ways to find things out, you know. It has been. Yes, I thought it was. There we go. Tormod's Crypt. Where's the all printings? View all prints. Chugga 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 chugga. Common. Okay. Cool. So it has been printed to common. So Tormod's Crypt would definitely be a thing. So there are ways to deal with this particular Relic of Progenitus, absolutely. Bajuka Bog, Relic of Progenitus. There we go. Thanks, chat. You're actually legends. So there we go. That's this deck. That's pretty cool. So for you blue players out there, you blue sort of controlled players, this is something you're going to be looking at. The other deck that Phil wanted to chat to us about tonight is it Faeries? But apparently it's also ninjas. Is this the right list, Phil? We got Fairy Seers, Augur of Bolus, Moon Circuit Hackers, Spell Stutter Sprite, Crimson Fleet Commander, and Ninja of the Deep Hours. I'm guessing this is why this is ninjas. Okay, let's have a look-see. I haven't had a chance to have a look at this one yet, so let's go through it together. So we've got 4 Fairy Seers when they enter the battlefield, scry 2. Augur of Bolus, we know what that does. Top 3 cards of your library, you may reveal an instant sorcery from and put it in your hand, but the rest of the body alive. Moon Circuit Hacker, this one comes in, you may draw a card when it deals combat damage, but it's got ninjutsu of 1 blue. So, you want to veto a name change. Why do you want to veto a name change? To Izzet Fairies Ninjas? Is it Fairies Ninjas? Is it Fairies Ninjas? That's just bizarre. Spell Stutter Sprite. Okay, so this is when it does damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card unless it entered the battlefield this turn. Okay. Tempo deck. Alright. Spell Stutter Sprite. Flash Flying. When it comes into play, counter target spell with converted mana cost X or less, where X is the number of fairies you control. That's kind of interesting. Crimson Fleet Commodore. This came out with Commander Legends. That's pretty nifty. When Crimson Fleet Commodore enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. Yes, we always want to be the Monarch. Drawing more cards is good. Ninja of Deep Hours. Ninjutsu 1 and a blue. Whenever Ninja of the Deep Hours deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Okay, cool. So I see a trend going here. So excuse me. I apologize. Brainstorm seems to be a very popular card in blue for Pauper. Conscript said this deck is actually... What? Did I fall asleep while I was yawning there? Is this a dream? What just happened? Conscript, you just said the blue deck was cool. Are you okay? You feeling alright? You got a temperature? No. Okay. Alright, fine. Treason says Revenge. And you wanted to vote him for president. I mean, come now. You know what I mean? Brainstorm, Dispel. Cool artwork on the Dispel. Like it. Too bad it's Jace, who became a wuss in Phyrexia all as one. Like a total wuss. Ah, but I love you, Nebraska. I won't leave you. Oh, whatever. Just die. Lightning Bolt. I like the art on Lightning Bolt. This is from the Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. Preordain. This is a great card. This is a great card. I don't care what colors you think are brilliant. Preordain must be one of the coolest cards ever printed in Magic. A 1-drop scry to draw a card. I mean, come on. You know, it's tempo, red removal, and creature card draw. Yeah. Scred deals damage to target creatures equal to the number of snow permanents you control. Aha! So I'm not even going to ask why we're running snowlands in this deck. I see why. This actually looks like a really cool deck. Smash to Dust. I love these modular cards. I must be honest. The cards that give you more than one option are just value, value, value. I think it's very cool. Pity about the counter spells. That's, you know, counter spells are counter spells. Ash Barrens, cool. Snow-covered islands, snow-covered mountains, and a volatile fjord. Yeah, I mean... See, we're talking about blue decks. I get tired. Blue Elemental Blast, Curfew. Each player returns a creature he or she controls to its owner's hand. Oh, interesting. Electricity. This is actually a really cool card. This is a really cool card. Gorilla Shaman, we know. Red Elemental Blast, of course. Fathom Seer. What is this? Morph. Return 2 islands you control to their owner's hand. When Fathom Seer is turned face up, draw 2 cards. Interesting. Shattering Blow, this is red. Destroyed, exile an artifact. Fiery Cannonade to each non-pirate. So we're not running any pirates, we're only running ninjas. Ninjas. For sure. So this is totally a tempo deck. Yeah, I can see it. I think this deck could be a lot of fun to play. What would be the worst matchup, Phil, to play against this deck? And don't say black-blue control. Terror. Okay, you're going to have to breathe that one out for me. What's a terror deck? Oh, the UB40. Of course it is, yes. Okay, so worst matchup for this deck would be the UB40 deck. Okay, fair enough. Ninjaries. There you go. There's your name change. It's no longer Izzet Faeries Ninjas. It's Ninjaries. That coming from Conscript, of course. And your best matchup, what would be probably your, like if you had to pick a favorite, who would you want to play? What would you want to play this deck against? Everything else. No, I don't know. I'm just waiting to see a full response. Very strong all-round deck. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it looks like a very strong all-round deck. I think it could actually be a lot of fun. Yeah, I reckon this could be a lot of fun. Again, not running anything major here. I mean, the most expensive set we've got is the Spell Stutter Sprites, and that's $14 for 4 cards. So overall, I mean, $60 for this deck, which is pretty cool. Good meta deck, but has seen very limited play of late. Okay, that's what Phil's saying. Burn would hurt this deck. Everything's very small and easily killable. Very small and easily killable. Burn would hurt this deck. So there you go. There you go, everybody. That's a nice insight into a couple of the decks. So last week we spoke about Mono Black Devotion. We spoke about Jund Cascade. We spoke about Goblin Combo. And now we've spoken about the UB40, the blue-black control, and some Izzet Faeries, a really cool looking all-round tempo deck. The sprites bounce back with ninjas to counter again. There you go. Boing, 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 boing. Oh no, Phil, don't stress. Same. Phil saying sorry for this, man. Feel so bad and prepared so hard for it. I'm sure you did. There's nothing we can do about when our electricity comes up. Conscript says, no, this will wreck burn. Okay. You reckon? Okay, why would it wreck burn? Come on, elaborate. You can't just like drop a bomb like that and then just walk away from it, Mr. I'm a green and red player, you know, who hates blue. And now you're saying that this deck would be fun. So I am totally looking forward to this weekend. We've sold quite a few tickets already, which I'm very excited about. I'm so glad so many people are coming out to support the event and coming to take part in our tournament. I can tell you, those of you who are watching, that over the course of the 3 Triad events, Top Deck and Sad Robot are putting up 2 booster boxes as prize support, sponsored by them for the events, which I think is absolutely amazing. For such a small little event to be able to say that over these 3 little events that we're having through the course of the year, they're putting up 2 booster boxes between them, and I think that's exceptional. So I just want to say a big shout out to these guys and for their support for this event. So when and where are the other 2? So the second one will be in June. I think it's on the 3rd of June at the Medieval Fair, which is actually going to be held at Greensleeves in Krugersdorp, which I must tell you is going to be the most awesome venue to play some Pauper Magic, because it's a castle and it's all themed medieval, and it's going to be ridiculously fun. You're allowed to call people wenches and barkeeps and all that, and throw tankards on the floor and stuff. It's like totally themed towards being like a medieval vibe. It's going to be so much fun. So that's the one. The other one is the Vikings Fair, which I think is going to be sort of October, November, end of October, beginning November, and it'll probably be back at the Rusty Hook again. But that's the third and final one, and at the end of that there will be a grand winner who's going to receive a really cool prize that we're throwing together for them. Most of it coming from Top Deck and Sad Robot, our 2 premium WPN stores in the country. Revenge says he's sold for Medieval Fair. Yeah, man, Medieval Fair is going to be an absolute blast. Just as a venue, as a vibe, as an event, it's going to just be crazy to actually take part there. Conscript says there's too much interaction for a linear strategy like Burn. Okay, that seems fair enough. I will go with that, and I will doff my cap to his knowledge of these decks. He is the more experienced Pauper player, obviously. I have played Pauper twice, and I don't think Pauper Commander counts, so therefore I've played Pauper once. But I'm going to be playing again this weekend. It's going to be cool fun. So yeah, so that's what's going to be happening. There are oh yes. So not only will there be some boostery things available to win this weekend, there will be some promo packies, possibly some promo cardsies, and for the top 8, there are going to be some very sexy playmats. I got the proofs today, and I'm very, very happy with what they look like. Can't wait to see the finished product and hand those out at the weekend. So top 8 finish playmats all round. Well, not all round. Like I say, top 8. So that should be kind of fun. Then the other thing I wanted to let you guys know about, guys and girls, is that EGG has designed event-exclusive t-shirts for this event on Saturday. What that means is, in fact, I'm going to read you what it means from the blurb that will be up on the website. Shirts will be available tomorrow for order. So it says, these exclusive edition tees are only available until 23:59 hours on Saturday, the 4th of March, 2023, as they tie into the Fantasy Fair 2023 and the first Pauper Triad event for the year. You will not be able to order them come Sunday morning. So don't miss out. Order yours now and even collect it at the event on Saturday. Just select collection at Fantasy Fair when checking out, and then you don't actually pay any delivery costs because we'll bring them to the fair for you, but you need to order them like now so we can go get them made. Oh wow, and Phillips just got a message saying, load shedding to start in 55 minutes. I just got the same message. We must be on the same thing. But there you go. So shirts are going to be up on the website to order tomorrow. They're 250 Rand. Obviously, if you want them delivered, there is an extra delivery fee depending on where you are. I would suggest if you do want them delivered, buy more than one. If you don't want them delivered, it's $250 flat. Come and get them. We'll collect them at the event on Saturday. I can say this. I did say that I had some news for patrons. So for patrons, you will be receiving a very special message. In that message is a coupon code that if you go and enter your coupon code at checkout, you will get 10% off the shirts. So that's something we're doing for our patrons for these event exclusive shirts. Just keep it in mind, these shirts will not be available again come Sunday morning. So when the event is over, the shirts will be taken down off the website. You won't be able to buy them anymore. This is the only time you're going to be able to get them. So yeah, if you like them, check them out on the website and order them, because otherwise they're not coming back. There ain't no coming back. But I think that's all. Phil, did I manage to cover? I mean, obviously not in as much detail as what you would have done, unfortunately, because I didn't do the deck tech and I didn't do the research. But have I managed to cover the basic points of these two decks? Have I got it right? Okay, Phil says yes, my buddy, which is good enough for me. That means I did an okay job, so I feel good in myself. So Izzet Faeries tempo deck. You can buy them now by the looks of it. Got to wait for the coupon though. Yeah, if you want the discount. Hold on, let's go have a look-see. Let's check it out. Let's see if they're up. There should be a couple of them up. I know that poor old Venon's been working quite hectically in the background to get the shirts up and running. Of course, now my internet decides to be slow AF. But, you know, that's just one of those things. Wow. Shouldn't be this slow. Good grief. There we go. T-shirts. Look at that. Revenge this. Sorry, I'm impatient at times. Really? You think? Let's go have a look-see. There you go. Look at that. There's a t-shirt. Okay, so the t-shirts look like this, and in Phyrexian is written, "You complete me." I love it. So funny. So funny. And then at the bottom, you've got your little exclusive date that gives you the exclusivity of the t-shirt so that you know that it's printed for that particular purpose. Please keep in mind the shirts are handmade. We put them together for you on order. So if you order quicker, you're more liable to get them sooner. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. They'll get finished and ready for collection by the time you get there. There are different colors, so you can choose an option. There's a black, white, red, pale red. They all look different sort of things. Let's see if we go black. Hasn't been loaded yet. Okay. White, not loaded yet. Okay. They're all coming up. You can check them out. All right. So go onto the website. Have a look at those. The website. That's a terrible thing to say about my own website. Go onto the website and have a look. Like I said, patrons, you'll be receiving a message with a coupon code. That coupon code gets you 10% off at checkout. Those of you who want to order the shirts, don't want to pay the extra delivery fee, but want to come collect them at the event, you're more than welcome to do that. Just remember that to get into the event, you're going to need a ticket. So I'm hoping you've got those already. You know, that's just the way it goes. Philip, I want to say thank you so much for trying as hard as you did to get onto the show tonight. We've literally sat here, we pushed the show back half an hour so that we could try and get Phil to come on and tell you guys everything he had to tell you about the decks that he had done the deck techs for. So I just want to say thank you very much, man, for that. And again, a big shout out to you and Rob, Top Deck, and Sad Robot for really putting some effort in and getting behind this event, and the prize support you're putting up is amazing, and I'm so excited that we're able to do something for Pauper like this. It's going to be awesome, and like I say, this is just the beginning. We've got 2 more events after this. The grand final will be at Vikings, and then we'll decide on the ultimate winner. So it's going to be an absolute blast. So if you haven't managed to get to this one, please make sure you get to the next one. But in terms of this one, you've still got time. There are still tickets. You can still come and join us on Saturday. There are playmats to play for top 8, so come and check them out. Maybe I can even show you a picture of what the playmats look like. Rob, Phil, should we show the people a picture? Cool. Let's show them a picture of what the playmats look like. Give me 1 second, everybody. I gotta go find it. Okay, here we go. There you go, people. That's what the playmats look like. Torak Tokbar says, I won't be able to make the event to work, but I'm going to try make a turn after support and watch some spells being thrown. You should do that. There's also D&D vibes going on as well. We're hosting some Spelljammer sessions. Feel like joining those later in the afternoon. But that is the playmat for top 8 for this weekend. And they're in print. They're being printed as we well, maybe not as we speak because it's a bit late, but I would imagine that I'll have them in my paws by Wednesday. So yeah, so that's the playmat that we're putting out there. This one, obviously, each event will have its own playmat. So if you play at all 3 and you make top 8 in all 3, you'll have 3 very cool playmats that you can add your triad vibes to, which I think would be kind of cool. So hope you guys like them. And I hope you will come and join us for what is going to be an absolutely insane day of Magic and D&D and fantasy fairy stuff. And if you don't know where we'll be, we're going to be at the deck at the Rusty Hook. So as you come in the main entrance, just make a left and head straight down. You'll follow the wooden path round to our door and come in there, and that's where you'll find us. There's also a cool VR thing going on in there. When if you like got a break between games and stuff, you can go play some VR Star Wars Squadrons. You can fly an X-Wing or a TIE Fighter in virtual reality. I mean, what? It's going to be pretty cool. So, yeah. On that note, I think that's pretty much everything we needed to get through tonight. This Wednesday, however, on Command This, what time does the tournament start? So we'd like registration to happen at 10:30. The gates for the event open at 10, so we can't expect people to be in and ready to play by 10:30, but we'd like people to register, at least be registered and ready to go by 10:30, and then we can start play at 11. I think that sounds fair. Rob, Phil, you guys let me know if I'm talking rubbish, but I think if we start at 11, we should be good. We should be able to get through a good couple of rounds and have ourselves a prize giving and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, so final registration at 10:30 and kickoff at 11. If we can make sure that everybody knows that and everybody gets that. What I can do is I've got everybody's email addresses from your ticket purchases. What I will do is I'll do a mass mail, just send that out to everybody as a mail. So keep an eye on your mailboxes to make sure that you get the final details for the event. I think that's pretty much everything we needed to cover. Yeah. What we have asked for at the event is, because we're close to the actual restaurant for the Rusty Hook, we're going to have a waiter or a waitress or a waitron or whatever they're called nowadays. No offense meant to anybody. I just don't know the proper phrase, or if there is one. Coming through our space often, so ordering food and stuff shouldn't be a major issue. You shouldn't have to go wait in queues and things, long spaces like that down in the fair itself, unless of course you're looking for something specific that they've got out there. But I would suggest that if you are going to do that, try and get in there early and place your order. Otherwise the queues do tend to get a bit long for food. The same can be said for bathrooms, although we're pretty close to the bathrooms where we are, which is kind of cool. But I think that's pretty much everything we needed to cover. Are there any other questions anybody's got about the event on Saturday? Keep in mind, we're kind of hoping we can do something similar to what we did at Discworld Day last year, where if we finish it a little bit early, those of you who stick around, we'll offer some discounts to play some Spelljammer D&D, which could be really cool. You can be a space blob rogue and slide under doors and things. It's going to be very cool. You could also be a cleric chimpanzee, which is quite something, or a micronome wizard, which I think sounds kind of interesting. I think I may do that. I might do the whole click clack and cast spells willy nilly at people just for fun. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, we may not have enough time to do that. But if we do, keep in mind that is available. We've got 2 D&D tables available, 2 D&Ds running sessions there throughout the day. So. I think that's pretty much it, people. Unless there are any other questions, I think we can call it a night. We can let poor Phil go just before load shedding hits after his non-load shedding. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I got this. We will be restarting Roll This very soon with a very cool campaign. That poor party won't know what hit them. But anyway, you know, that's Phillips says he's in. In fact, that's actually not a bad idea. We'll bring Phil in, new character, add some vibes. That deluxe set looks amazing. The deluxe set is incredible, dude. It's this old. So there's 3 different. Okay, I said we're done, but we're not. There's 3 different kinds of artwork for the book, right? So there's the original artwork, which has the dragon flying across the middle of the thing with the keep in the background and sort of soft focus in the background. Then there's the Lord Soth cover, which is the deluxe edition cover, which is absolutely gorgeous. But then there's this, man, which I must tell you, I think looks spectacular. That is one hell of a dragon. You know, that's some killer artwork. So this is the alternate cover that comes with the deluxe edition of Dragonlance Shadow, the Dragon Queen. You also get the very, very cool thingamajigger Dungeon Master screen, and then a full board game called the Warriors of Kryn. which, as I'm reading through the book, apparently you can play certain scenarios from the campaign on the board game, which is like, you can what now? I mean, that's pretty freaking cool. I mean, Watsy and all of them may have shot themselves in the foot with that whole like thing about the license thing. I mean, that was a stupid thing to do, but this is a cool looking product. I'm busy reading it now. I'll give you my verdict when I finish reading it. But other than that, I think we've said a lot. So on that note, now finally, I think I will say goodnight. Parallelo, are you actually in chat? Ryan, are you there, bro? If you are, please shout out. Because it's been a long time. And if you are there, I mean, I can see your name over there. And if you are there, hey, man, it's been a long time. I hope you are well. Yeah. Buggering off to far off countries and then not joining us for chat anymore, you know. But that's okay. If you are there, I'm very happy to see you. That's fantastic. We're busy working on the next Egg Arena tournament as well, so we'll keep everybody posted about that. But for now, I think... Oh, and we've got this thing going to Nelspruit. We're going to go play Commander in Nelspruit. It's going to be fun. Road trip with like pub grub and stuff. I'll keep everybody posted about that. We're ironing out the details. I'm thinking like mid-March. Maybe like, you know, somewhere there. See what we can do. If that works for everybody. We'll make a plan. It's going to be fun. It's going to be super fun. But anyway, I'm going to say goodnight now. Philip, thank you so much, brother, for doing what you did and for sticking around, even though all we have of you is these two swirling dots. You know, it's one of those things. But I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the effort you put in. To everybody in chat tonight, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that we've covered some of the decks that you think you might want to play this weekend. Conscript says April. Okay, we'll look at April, if April works better. Although, aren't we having a march of machines in April? Or something? I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. But that's... Okay, so we'll look at April, and we'll see how that goes. But until next time... Oh, I was going to say, Wednesday night. Come on, this Wednesday night... It's the first of our new patron-style episodes of Come On This, where one of our patrons got to win themselves one of the pre-constructed decks that came out with Phyrexia or will be one, and that patron will be joining us live on Come On This Wednesday night, and we are playing the two precons out of the box, just as they are. No frills, no updates, no nothing. We're going to play 4 people in the pod, so 2 people will play the face commanders and 2 people will play the other guys, and we'll decide on who it is. But one of those players is going to be Robert Wild, our patron, who won the deck last week, and he's going to come and jump in and see if he can beat up the rest of the pod, which should be kind of fun. It's going to be myself, Run Rabbit, Visions to Insanity, and Rob Wild from Top Deck. So be sure to catch that action on Wednesday night at as close to 8 p.m. as load shedding allows. But until then, I will see all y'all on the battlefield. And I can't wait for this weekend. I'm so looking forward to seeing people happening and having fun at our Pauper event. I think it's going to be awesome. Philip says, kill Rob first. I'll do my very best. Good night, y'all. Have a fantastic evening. Stay healthy. Stay safe.